Hi, I'm John Omeara from Milestone Farm, which is in Lexington, Kentucky, and I have 165 acres and 40 brood mares and a couple of stallions. I decided to build a 80-foot walking machine so as that I could gallop horses on it if I needed to. You won't often do it, but I wanted it big enough so that I'd have the option to do that. And I spent extra money on the drainage. I put two 6-inch pipes under the middle of the walking machine, then I put 18 inches of rock, then I put the cloth, and then I put the grid, and then the 6 inches of sand on top of that, so as I'd have good footing year round. I decided to go with Elite Equestrian Products because I thought that Hans was a good engineer. He stood behind his product, and I saw his machines at several other farms. And I just decided to go with the galvanized dip so that I'd never have to paint it. And Hans highly recommended me to do that, even if it was extra money, but you'll never have to maintain it ever again. And I decided to do a sliding door on Hans' recommendation because when you're here by yourself, it's a lot easier and safer when you're by yourself that nothing happens. I've seen people getting run over coming out of the other ones. We decided to go a 4 foot of wood and the rest with wire so we have air flow. The horses do a lot better when they can see out and they can get a lot more air, and they're not nervous if they're on there by themselves because they can see other stuff. Whereas if you built it with wood all the way to the top, they wouldn't be able to see and there wouldn't be as much airflow. Before I built the walking machine, this was what I used to exercise my horses in. Of course, it meant spending hours every day in here lunging horses, and the footing had to be added to all the time. And of course, every time it rained heavily, you couldn't use it for days. Whereas, yesterday we had all that rain, and it's be quite muddy, quite dangerous to lunge horses in here today. You could use it to turn out in, but that's about all it's good for now. Although we haven't used the walking machine today, we could easily use it, and we could have used it yesterday because the sand, there's good drainage underneath here. There's 6 or 8 inches of sand on top of the grid, and it's perfect. There's no dust. It's a wonderful way of keeping horses fit without having to put weight on their back and have to depend on an exercise rider on a Sunday morning when you're here by yourself.